Brought to you by Perez Tire Center, Aces Bail Bonds, Miranda & Sons Automotive, Bridgeport Auto Glass, Ramirez Spanish Restaurant, Tito's Barbershop, The Paz Funeral Home.
What's up, you guys? Welcome to Super Elite Entertainment. I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. I truly apologize for the technical difficulties that we're having here in the studio tonight. Had a situation where the signal wasn't working properly, but we are here broadcasting live from the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and I'm really excited to be here in the studio. As you already know, this is my passion. This is something I love to do. This is my joy in life, and I love coming into the studio and being able to broadcast and being able to reach out to you, to the viewing audience. And I want to thank each and every one of you who tune in on a weekly basis. I want to encourage you to please click that share button and share this live broadcast into your timeline. Really excited because tonight I have Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez here in the studio tonight. If you don't know Delvin Rodriguez, you're going to get a brief, or let me not say brief, you're going to get a very, very deep, in-depth introduction of who Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez is. And he's here in the studio sitting on the hot seat with me tonight. Also, I'm excited because my friend Pete Rodriguez is out there in Orlando, Florida on standby, and he's going to be blessing us with a song tonight. Listen, he's going to be singing from all the way in Orlando, Florida. We're here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and he's going to be live on the air blessing us with his beautiful voice. But really quick, as I remind each and every one of you each and every week, if you can't tune in and listen to us on Facebook, you can catch us and listen to us on Anchor, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. I mean, we're there. Go on to Anchor, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. If you don't have the app, upload it, download it, whatever the case may be, and listen to our broadcast right there whenever you want. When you're driving, when you're at home, at work, you can go onto our podcast and listen to our show. Really quick, I want to mention Perez Tire Center. Perez Tire Center is slashing the competition in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Perez Tire Center is located at 72 Knowlton Street in the great city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Listen, Perez Tire Center is slashing the competition with a $45 vehicle alignment. You can't get that anywhere else in the state, especially in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. So if you need brand new tires, rims, used rims, whatever the case may be, contact Perez Tire Center right there at 72 Knowlton Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Also, I need to mention Aces Bail Bond, located at 1125 North Avenue in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yasmin Khan, quick response 24/7, easy payment 203-257-6228. Also, se habla español. Also, Miranda & Sons Automotive, located at 360 Avon Street in Stratford, Connecticut. Need new brakes, electrical system, diagnostics, head gasket, AC, tune-ups, front end, struts, full general auto repairs. Contact Miranda & Sons Automotive right there in Stratford, Connecticut. Tito's Barbershop. If you need a fade, shave, blowout, shape up, scissor cut, men grooming, children cut, walk-ins are always welcome. Professional staff is always at hand. Contact Tito's Barbershop at 1145 East Main Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Also, I got to give a big shout out to one of our big sponsors, Ramirez Restaurant. You want that really good Dominican food? All right, they specialize in seafood and churrasco. Seafood and churrasco. So visit Ramirez Spanish Restaurant right there at 1234 East Main Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you want to drink some Presidente, and I know Delvin likes Presidente. I know Delvin likes Presidente, and that's that Dominican beer. If you want to get some of that, go down to Ramirez Restaurant at 1234 East Main Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and they will take care of you. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. If you're watching, please click that share button and share this live broadcast. Let someone know This is the finale. This is the last show that we're doing tonight as we step into 2020. Listen, we have had a great year. We started off our season of 2019. Our first guest was actually Delvin Rodriguez. January 22nd of 2019 was our first show. The debut we had of Super Elite Entertainment, and Delvin Rodriguez was our very first guest on the show. And tonight, who better than to have in the studio to close out our first season with Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez. Don't go anywhere. I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we will open up the show. Con El Peligro, Delvin Rodriguez. We'll be right back momentarily. Don't go anywhere, guys.
With short right hands. And now a combination from Rodriguez. The uppercut gets in the mix.
Rodriguez taking a little control here.
Wolak still landing a short right hand by the pole.
So, the bigger, stronger guy, Wolak, the more experienced guy, the fire-tested guy, the hungry guy, who's had a lot of bad decisions go against him. That might be Rodriguez. He's acting like it right now. He's acting like a guy that knows what to do.
Two big right hands chopping down.
Tremendous round for Rodriguez. You know, we see the aggression of Wolak. Everyone sees it. But right now, Rodriguez is seeing the opportunities inside that aggression. The opportunities inside the recklessness of that aggression. And that's what a good fighter sees. All the hard punches, the clean punches, this round have been Rodriguez. I hope that one drinking a lot of water. You get dehydrated in a fight like this. You have to drink water.
Pitch combination and include the right uppercut. And then the left hook right on that swollen eye. And Wolak shakes it off. He took a left hook on the heel to him. Shakes it off. And throws punch after punch after punch.
Well, that's where the bigger guy helps you a little bit. It not only helps you when you dish it out, it helps you when you take it. You absorb better when you're the bigger guy. And he's absorbing.
This is great stuff here in New York. What an amazing effort by both Rodriguez and Wolak. We come to the end of round number 9. We'll stay here and just listen in to the final instructions. Swing to the bell. Oh, was that brilliant? Was that absolutely brilliant? Better than advertised.
The winner by unanimous decision, Delvin Rodriguez.
Welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. I hope you enjoyed that video of Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez. The dude is a beast. As you can see, Delvin Rodriguez has been, he has a long, lengthy professional boxing career. He has been on the big stage with the big names in the sport of boxing. He has fought in all the big venues that are out there in the industry where there are big boxing events taking place at. He has been in Madison Square Garden. He's been on PBC, ESPN, HBO, pay-per-view. He has been up against the big boys in the sport of boxing. And I'm excited tonight to have no other than my good friend, Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez, here in the studio tonight. What's up, brother?
What's up, man? Happy to be here, man. Glad to be here. I'm happy to see this beautiful setup over here. I'm very happy for yourself. You started small, and now look where you are. You have this beautiful setup over here, and I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you, Delvin. I truly appreciate that. And you know more than anyone else how it was when I first started.
Yep.
I started in my basement.
Correct.
And you was the first guest on our new platform, Super Elite Entertainment. So
yes.
We've been going almost 1 year strong, man. January 22nd was the day that we debuted the show. You were on it, the first guest.
Yep.
January 22nd, you came in. I called you. I was like, Delvin, I got a new platform, a new show. How would you like to be the first guest? This was almost a year ago, and you were like, let's do it.
About a year ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I say, you've done a beautiful job, man. That's good. Hard work pays off. We all know that. Like I said, you got this beautiful setup over here. Compared to where the first time I went to your house, it's totally a different, bigger step. Yep.
Yeah, thank you. And you know what? You're no stranger to cameras.
Yeah.
We got screens and cameras and all that.
You got the whole package here. It's nice.
So
It's
listen,
nice, man.
you work for ESPN,
Yeah.
and you're a boxing analyst,
yes.
commentator,
Yes.
and you're always on the camera. So walking into my little small abode, my little studio, I want you to tell me, does it feel like maybe you're at ESPN a little bit?
Yeah, no, the setup is nice. Everything's nice and clean. And the cameras, on TV, when you will see the ESPN studio, it might seem like it's big, but it's not that big. It's just it's the angle of the cameras. You got a very nice setup over here.
Thank you, Delvin. So, what is new in Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez's life? I mean, everyone that's watching know you. You're known worldwide. All right.
Yes.
And you're Dominican, born in Santo Domingo. You reside here in Connecticut, and if I should say, if anyone has put Connecticut on the map when it comes to the sport of boxing,
Yeah.
it is you. Because no one, and we have great fighters here in Connecticut, but,
yes.
but we got Chad Dawson.
Yes.
And, we had KO King, Luis Rosa.
Yes.
But, you and Chad Dawson took it to a whole different level.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys been on the big stage. So, what's new in your life?
Man, it's been a hell of a ride, but hell of a ride where I learned and have made me the person that I am today. Right now I was taking it easy for a little bit. I've been on for about a year now. I'm just enjoying my kids. I have 3 kids. One is about to be 18. The other one is 7. And now I got a little girl. So I'm enjoying that time with my kids. At the beginning when I first had my first child, my first boy, I didn't really have the time to enjoy them. First of all, I was too young, and I was always traveling with boxing. But now I'm really gonna enjoy my kids. I enjoy my time off. I'm getting into some projects that have to do some of them have to do with boxing. Some other projects that I got to do with business. So I'm just keeping myself busy. But enough, not so much that I can't enjoy my kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just keeping myself busy just enough.
Yeah. Well, and that's a good thing. Because now you've been through the nitty gritty. You've been through the hard times.
I also got into politics.
That's right. I noticed that.
Yeah, I was working with Danbury Mayor Mark Barton. Very nice guy that been doing a hell of a job with Danbury. And he called me up, and I was so grateful that he called me up because I've been in Danbury since I moved to the States. So I was so grateful and very honored that he thought about me. And just help him out with the people. And, he knows that I've been in Danbury forever. He knows that I've seen all the changes, all the good changes, bad and good. But, I got to really say that this guy been in Danbury for 18 years now, and he did a hell of a job. He's been doing a hell of a job.
So, when you say you're involved in politics, you're involved in what capacity?
Well, just to a point where I'm staying close to Mark, and he's trying to teach me. He's trying to teach me what's going on, what's the best thing for the town and stuff like that. So I'm very grateful that he, like I said, he thought about me, and I'm willing to learn.
Wow.
This is my first year, being close to Mayor Boughton in Danbury, and I learned a lot. I have learned a lot, and I'm looking forward to keep learning throughout the years.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I do follow you on social media, and I do monitor the stuff that you put up, and I've seen that you've been really active in Danbury, working alongside the mayor, as you indicated. Honestly, when I first seen that, I thought, wait a minute, Delvin is getting ready to run for office. I was like, is he running for?
You know what? You were not the only one. Everybody was calling me, what's going on? So now you becoming. I was like, nah, I'm just in there, helping out with Mark and just learning. Pretty much just learning. I wouldn't even say helping out. I'm just learning. I'm grateful that Mark Boughton gave me the opportunity to be close to him and close to his party and just learn about the town and learn where I live, because. Most people, they've been in Danbury for such a long time, but they don't really know what's going on around them. And me, like I say, once again, I'm thankful that Mark gave me the opportunity to see what's going around in my town. I have kids. I have 3 kids, and I'm planning to bring them up there in Danbury. So I need to know what's going on in Danbury, and that's what's going on right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I have to mention,
yeah,
you are a 2019 Boxing Hall of Fame inductee.
Yeah, man, I was so excited about that and so honored about that recognition.
Yeah.
And it's just all these years of hard work. Most of my hard fights, I did them in Connecticut. I did them at the Mohegan Sun. I did them at the Foxwood.
That's right.
Most of my hard fight, with the exception of the 2011 Fight of the Years, that it was a very tough fight in New York
against Paul
Waller.
Yeah, Paul Waller.
But most of my career had been in Connecticut.
Yep.
So I was so grateful and so honored to receive the recognition.
Yeah.
For Boxing Hall of Fame of Connecticut.
Well, definitely they inducted the right person at the right time, because
thank you.
You deserve it. You deserve it because you gave your fans all your blood, your sweat, your tears. And you put a lot of hard work and dedication into your career.
I'm gonna tell you something. I tell anybody out there, all the kids that are coming up nowadays, boxing is one of the hardest sports. Boxing is a sport that you have no rest. You can't rest. You either do it 150% or just get out. And it's a sport that you can't, like my trainer used to say, you cannot play boxing. So you gotta be alert. You gotta be in top condition. You gotta be 100% in it at all times.
And you know what you're talking about, because you have a great track record. And what I mean by that is, for example, they could go on boxrecord.com and they could look at your stats. You have, I think it was 42 professional fights, something like that, in that range. I think it was 42 professional fights. A couple of losses, 42. Nothing crazy, nothing intense.
And those losses were if you go back and follow and watch the fight, most of those losses were bad decisions.
Yeah.
And the other losses, it was towards the end of my, and that's where it comes in. Like I said, you got to be motivated. You got to want to do this 400% or just don't do it at all. It's not going to work. Mm-hmm. So the losses, though, when I fought the big names, there were losses when things were not going right in my career. I either had manager or had promotional problems, so you got to be in this 400%. Everything has to be right. Everything has to lock right. Otherwise, you're not gonna come out in the winning side. You're not gonna come out in the good side of boxing.
Yeah, and like I keep indicating, you've been on the big stage. What was it like, for example, to fight on PBC? What was it like for you to fight on HBO pay-per-view? Not many people get an opportunity to fight on pay-per-view, man.
Man, listen, when I fought on pay-per-view, to me it was like, wow, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You go from all these years, because I've been professional since 1999, so it's been a long journey, man. And to finally get to where you make a little money, where you fighting pay-per-view, people gotta pay to see you fight. That is something like so exciting at that moment that you don't believe it at that time until you have to fight. And you stepping into the ring, you're like, wow, it's happening.
That's
it's
a
real.
Great accomplishment.
It's a great accomplishment.
And you have gone up against big names in the sport. Miguel Cotto, Erislandy Lara, Austin Trout,
Yeah.
Ashley Theophane. Those are some big names.
There's been some good names out there, some good fights. And like you said, that's a great accomplishment. That's what every fighter trains for. Every fighter that really wants to do, that's into boxing 100%, like I say, is always fighting fights after fight to get to that point, to get that position, to get that level where you're fighting for a world title. And I did that 3 times. So
that's right. That's right. And the thing I like about you is that, as people can see on camera right now, all those fights, 42 professional fights, not counting your amateur, background.
Yes.
And you still looking sharp.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Well,
You're still looking good, man.
I didn't like to get hit.
Well, what they say, hit and not be hit, right?
Yeah, correct. I did. I mean, if you see my fights, you see that I was a fighter. I like to get inside the fire and fight. But I was pretty good at my defense, and I didn't get hit much. I didn't get really. So some people have some fights where you go 12 rounds and you're getting pounded rounds after round. It only takes one fight to get you there. To get you where you're, like you said, you see my face all banged up or marked up, and thank God I was always aware of that.
Yeah, and I've been to many of your fights. I've seen you fight live countless times, and every time you step into the ring, you've always been the type of fighter that you bring it.
Yeah.
I mean, action-packed. You like to fight in the pocket.
Yes.
You don't run.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You don't get on your bike and start riding in circles.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, we developed. Thank to one of my main trainer at the time, Lou Fusco, his name. We developed that style the fans like. The style that was good for me. I'm tall. I can box a little bit, but I can also punch. So we kind of made a style that was good for the fans and also good for me.
Yeah. And I heard a little rumor.
What's that?
Around there that Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez is thinking about training and promoting fighters.
Oh, definitely, man. I've been having this in the back of my mind. I've been, it's not easy. It's not easy. I learned the business. I learned the business behind the cameras as well. So I know the business of boxing. I know the sport. I know the business of boxing. So, I want to take advantage. I would say in about a couple more years, I already started looking around. Your lifting talents. It's a project that I'm thinking of doing more in the Dominican Republic. It's gonna be based more in there at the beginning because I believe there's a lot of talent there, but there's no help. People over there, the promoters, the managers, the trainers that take advantage of the fighters over there, and myself. I know that you can't make a fighter, but you can ruin one. You know what I mean? You can definitely ruin a fighter. You can ruin a fighter that has plenty of talent, but you can't bring talent to a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. And with that being said, that means what I'm trying to tell you with that is there's people that take advantage of talents, kids that have talents, but they ruin them by bringing them to the wrong fight at the wrong time, not paying them enough, trying to make a little dollar out of somebody else, out of the fighter's blood, and that right there ruins a fighter. So, I'm gonna put all the experience that I have, I'm gonna put it together, and I'm not gonna do it just for the money. I want to do it to help out the kids because I went through that myself. I went through a stage in my career where, I was taking advantage a lot. So I don't want to see the same thing happen to kids. And I've been down to the islands, different places, and there's plenty of talent. Like I said, plenty of talents, but there's help. They need help.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I love your mindset and what it is you're planning on doing, because I myself, I've been to Santo Domingo once. I've been up there once, and I mean, when I was up there, I wasn't really into the sport, but I did see the big need that the people have out there.
I mean, if we were talking about 10 years back, maybe I would have thought differently. But now I go down to Dominican and you see talent. I know talent when I see one, especially in boxing. I see kids that have a lot of talent, but they don't have where to train. They don't have the right trainers. They don't have the right manager behind them. They don't have the right food. You know, they can't afford the food that's gonna keep you going. You know, your body as a boxer is like a car. If you don't put the right gas in there, it's not gonna run right. And that's what it comes down to.
That's awesome. So your plan would be out there somewhere in Santo Domingo.
Yeah.
To build how do you say that? Un campamento.
Yeah, like a
de
camp.
boxeo, a camp.
Like a boxing camp.
Yeah.
You know, it's what I did at the beginning of my career. You know, at the beginning of my career, I went to a boxing camp for 2 years. I was working
in DR?
No, here I was in Houston and I was in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
I started with Holyfield and his trainer. You know, and I was in camp for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I used to fight, come out for a couple of weeks, go right back into camps. You know, and that's you eating right food. You're going to bed at the right time. You're doing the right exercise. You're running in the morning. You're doing your right training. And boxing is that. You know, it's all about that.
Yeah.
It's all about that. If you're not doing the right training, if you're not maintaining yourself right, if you're not eating right, you know, if you're not going to bed, resting right, it's gonna be very difficult for you. You can ruin whatever talent you have.
Yeah, and you know what? And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are watching right now. As a matter of fact, I'm looking on Facebook right now. There's a ton of different people that are watching, and there's actually quite a few fighters that are watching, a few pros, and I also see a couple of amateurs that are watching. Yeah. And listen, take some tips, free lessons, free nuggets from Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez, because you've been through it.
I've done it.
You've done it all.
Listen, I've been to camp. Like I said, I started professional back in 1999. I was in camp for two years straight, and it was not easy. You know why? Because it was a whole different lifestyle for me. Like I went to a camp where I would say about 15 different fighters that I had no idea who they were. You know, and I had to share everything. For you to watch TV, you had to fight with somebody. To use the phone at that time, you had to argue with somebody. It was, it was tough. Mm-hmm. But you know what? It kept me straight where I was going to bed at the right time. I was waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning to do my running. I was eating the right food, so that right there, that's what it takes for you to be to take your talent to a max. That's what it takes in boxing.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And Delvin, we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
All right.
But when we come back, we're gonna pick up where we left off at. All right. So for you guys that are watching right now live on Facebook, if you're watching on YouTube, on Periscope, or if you're listening to us on our podcast, listen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back momentarily. I have Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez here in the studio live in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. This is our finale, our last show as we step into the new year 2020. And what better way to close it out with Delvin Rodriguez. Quick commercial break. We'll be right back momentarily.
Hi, welcome to Aces Bail Bonds.
Do you need information regarding bail bonds and the bail bond process? Contact us at Aces Bail Bonds, where we are happy to give you a free bail consultation. You are in capable hands with our reputable agency. For fast, reliable bail bond service, get out of jail fast with Aces Bail Bonds. You can save time and money by calling ahead. We'll have the forms ready for you, with everything handled privately, discreetly, and confidentially at our office. For fast, reliable bail bond service, call Aces Bail Bonds now.
Welcome to Ramirez Restaurant.
All right, you guys, welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. You already know it's your host, Jason Rodriguez. Listen, I came tonight dressed for the occasion, Delvin. I threw on the button-up shirt. I got my nice little vest on. And as you can see, I got the Christmas tree right here lit up. I'm in the Christmas spirit. All right, I'm in the Christmas spirit, and we're closing out our year 2019 with a bang because we have Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez here in the studio tonight. Let me bring him back into the picture, and boom, there he is, El Peligro Rodriguez.
Listen, man, happy to be here. Happy to be here. I always like to be around, the boxing world. I'm staying around the boxing world. If I'm not at the ring, it's not at the ring, but it's outside the ring, like we were talking about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that time, where I'm gonna start meeting different talents, and helping kids out, just like I was helped when I was, back in the PAL. I was, 8, 9 years old at the time. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So you started your career in the police athletic league?
Yes, right in Danbury, Connecticut.
Wow.
PAL, they helped them out so much. I mean, the trainer, the cops, it was a lot of help.
That's awesome. And you know what? As you go from town to town, there's some PALs that are still open, still functioning, but most of them are closed.
Yes. Right.
So, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because for the people that are watching, especially you who have money, and there's people watching that got money, man.
Yeah.
If you can support your local PAL, Police Athletic League Boxing Club, listen, get out there and get involved in making contribution, because that contribution changes lives.
Listen, man, you don't understand how important it is. These kids, I mean, just think about it. I remember, the first time I went to the gym, right now, like today, I was about 8 and a half, and to me it was a playground. I stayed there ever since. I was there every day, man. I even had a key because I used to close. It was from Monday to Friday. So Saturday and Sunday was closed. I got a key. I got friendly with a guy. I said, man, I need a key. So I was there Friday and Sunday, man. Saturday and Sunday as well.
Wow.
So it changed my life.
And that small little opportunity that you walked into at PAL took you from there to great heights. Like I said, you've been on Premier Boxing Champion.
Yes.
You fought on HBO pay-per-view, Star Boxing Slugfest, Showtime. You've been on every network, ESPN. Right now, you're currently an ESPN analyst for Boxeo,
Deportes.
Yeah, Deportes.
Yes.
So, like I said, you're not camera shy. This is what you do.
I learned out of it.
Yeah, but you've been on all those stages. You have had so many great opportunities in your lifetime because of that small little opportunity someone gave you at PAL.
Yes.
I think that's amazing, man.
Man, yeah, it is. It's unreal, man. If you think about it, like. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I sit and I think about this whole journey. It's like you say, you start just by going to the gym the first time and reaching all these places that I've been to around the world. I've been in Africa. I've been in Europe, all over the place, all over the world, just because of that. The first day that I went into the gym, into the boxing gym, it was like a playground to me.
Wow, that's amazing. Also, I also want to mention, we don't got to get deep into it, but also I want to mention that you own Zona Azul.
Yes.
All right?
Yeah, that's, like I say, it was something that I always like to do, but, being a professional boxer, of course, is totally something that it's a negative thing to do, staying up late and all that. Now I'm free, and it's cool. It's more like a type of thing, but also a nightclub. It becomes a nightclub in the nighttime, and it's been very good, man. I'm about to reopen on Saturday coming up. Everybody, you're invited to Danbury Zona Azul Lounge, downtown Connecticut, 103 Railroad Place in Danbury, Connecticut. Everybody's invited. It reopens on this Saturday coming up, and it's been a blessing. Man. People really support me in everything I do. And it's just been a blessing.
Well, I've personally been to your establishment, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
You invested a lot into it. It's not ghetto-fied, let's say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's high end.
I try to keep a nice environment for everybody. That's what I like. Like I say, I've been around the world with so many places where to go, and you get a lot of good ideas everywhere you go. I want to keep something nice, something clean, something where everybody feel comfortable. And that's what I'm trying to bring into Zona Azul. As you saw, that's the feeling that we have over there in Zona Azul.
That's awesome. And I just have to mention, you're a boxing analyst with ESPN. What is that like, man? What I mean.
You're getting paid for what you love. I mean, it's not even a job for me. I got the opportunity, and I was so thankful. That was like one of the best opportunities I ever got. I got called for an interview to ESPN one time, and I told myself, I asked the guy that invited me, Norman. I never forget his name. It's Norman. He was the one that invited me over there, and it was something that I loved. I asked him, what do I need to know? What I got to do to, get something like this, get a gig like this, start working with you guys. At that time, they didn't really have like a Spanish analyst. You know, they had the commentators, but they didn't really know boxing. You know, so he said, "Listen, we need somebody like you that knows boxing. You know, from heart." And I say, "Hey, I'm the man. Right here for you. I'll be here tomorrow.
That's your thing. That's your thing.
What do you want me here? You know." So it started out that way. You know,
Yeah.
so I've been for a while, man. I mean, I think it's like 9-10 years now.
Yeah. You've been at it for a while.
Yeah, so and then from there, then I got a call from HBO as well. You know, unfortunately, HBO doesn't do boxing
They shut
anymore.
it down.
They shut it down, but that was also a good experience that I did about a year and a half for HBO.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know you did HBO. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So when you're there, whether you're in the studio, you're watching the fights, you're calling the shots, or if you're at the actual fight ringside.
Nah, I used to love that.
I mean,
that was the best.
do you get that itch
Oh
like
my God, listen,
like?
I did. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm watching the fight, and like, as an analyst, you're watching the fight closely. Then because you watching it from the outside. You're in the outside of the circle, how they say. So it's like sometimes you used to see this fighter doing something like, "Yo, come on, why are you doing that?" Or I used to tell myself like, "No, don't do that." But it was a great feeling though, man. You know, it's a great feeling. I have gotten the experience from the inside and the outside of the ring. It's of course totally different, but great experience. Very exciting, man. Working for ESPN was the best thing that happened to me. You know, we travel so much. You know, I met so many great people. You know, ESPN has such a great team, and it was a great experience.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So I know I'm going a whole bunch of different directions, but since I have you here on the hot seat, you know, I'm gonna ask you all the questions that sometimes, you know me. I've worked many fights.
Yes.
Whether it's the Barclays, Madison Square Garden, Foxwoods, Mohegan. I've been all over the place.
Yes.
You know, and I've dealt with a lot of the fighters, the big names that are out there. So I always just wonder, like, what is it like? For example, you're going through training camp. You know, the hustle and bustle, the discipline. You can't eat what you want. You got to make weight. And then when you go to the actual weigh-in, you know, you step on the scale, hoping you make weight. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do.
Oh man.
you know what I mean? I mean, what is that like mentally though, man?
Man, let me tell you, to be honest, I never really talk about this, but this is the honest truth. I mean, I talk about this all the time, but the honest truth for me in my career, the hardest thing for me was to make weight. You know, that was the hardest part of me. I mean, I love the training. Yes, it got hard sometimes. You know, sometimes I'd be up in the mountains. Sometimes I used to go upstate, Lake George, where it was freezing, and like a month, January or February, it was freezing. But you know, the hard part for me was that, you know, I didn't think I had the proper training at that time. I didn't have recognition of nutritionists. I didn't use no nutritionists. I didn't use any strength conditioner trainer. You know, so at that time, you know, I didn't have any knowledge of that. You know, I didn't.
Wow.
And there was, my manager wasn't telling me. My trainer wasn't telling me. It was pretty much like on my own. So I gotta say that my hardest part for training was me trying to make that weight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And mind you that, you know, when I used to go home, I didn't put much weight because I kept myself because of that. Because I was doing everything on my own. So it's very tough, man. You know, I think that's one of the tough things for any fighter. Nowadays you have trainers, you have your nutritionists, you have your strength conditioner. You know, nowadays it should be easier for guys. And, you know, and I see guys going in there with, you know, 5, 7 pound, 9 pound. I see guys 9 pound overweight. I mean, that's ridiculous.
That is.
You know, when I see that, it's like this guy, he either doesn't have the discipline or he doesn't really want to fight.
Yeah.
You know, to me, when I see a guy that is go to the scale and you are 10 pounds overweight, you're afraid. You don't want to fight, or you is just that you don't have no discipline whatsoever. So that right there tells you that if you don't have that discipline, you don't belong in the sport.
Wow. And that is absolutely correct.
Yes,
and
10,
I agree with
10
you.
pounds. I could tell you, 2, 3, even 5 pounds.
Yeah.
It happens. You know, sometimes you make a mistake, you drink too much, water before the night before, or you eat too much salt. It retains that water in your body. You get 5 pounds. But I see guys 10 pounds. That right there, I'm telling you, they either don't want to fight, or they just been training in camps just to lose weight. You know, which is very dangerous. They should have taken the fight. You know what I'm saying? And this is where training got to come in. The trainers, they got to be on top of the fighters. You know, if your fighter is 10 pounds over the weight 2 weeks before the fight, he shouldn't take the. He should back out from the fight. He cannot fight because it's gonna be too dangerous for him.
Wow. So, were you the type of fighter that after a fight you go back to the gym? After a fight, you keep yourself.
I took a week
always
off.
ready.
Yes, you know we take a week off automatically because.
Well, you got to recover.
Yes, you got to recover. You know, it's dangerous because you might not feel you might not feel that you got hit.
Mm-hmm.
Your body might not feel it, but it's in there. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta give yourself. My trainers would tell me this: I'm gonna give you 2 weeks. That was the max that he'll give me after the fight. 2 weeks, and even if we don't have a fight lined up,
Yep.
after 2 weeks, you come back to the gym. We're gonna start again. You know, let's make your body recognize again the work.
Yeah. And I mean, for example, you step on the scale, you're starving.
Oh man, I've been
starving.
there. I'm there.
And I've been to many weigh-ins where I see these fighters. You know, they look frustrated, and angry, and they look starved.
Listen, you don't want to talk to somebody. Let me tell you something. When you try to make weight, you know the main thing you do. People think you like if you let's say you 5 pounds overweight the night before, 2 days before the fight, you're not gonna lose that weight on fat. It's all water. You're gonna have to lose all the water. So you have to drain yourself, and that's what becomes dangerous. When you drain yourself, you know, and you take all that water from your brain. You know, any punch can hurt you, critically hurt you. So it comes to a point where you make a weight. The next day you can't even talk because your mouth has like no saliva. You have no water.
Wow.
There's no water in your body, man. I can't even talk. You know, so before he was like, and it sucks as you know most of my fight was on TV, so they always do the interview the day of the weigh-in. You know, so it's like I couldn't really speak because my mouth was like stuck.
Yeah.
You know, you have no saliva, so it was tough.
Yeah.
It was one of the ways. Worse, I think it only happened twice to me where I had to make weight, and then I step on the scale, and then I don't hit the weight. I gotta go back and start twice that I can remember. That was like the worst feeling ever when you look at the scale and you see that you're still a pound off. Overweight,
man.
When you've been stopping yourself for the whole week, when you've been trying to dry yourself out, no water, nothing for 2 days,
Yep.
and you go step on the scale, and you're still like 1.5 pounds over.
Oh man.
Man, that's like.
So have you ever?
Now what? Now what?
Have you ever been into situations where you strip down butt naked, underwears and everything
Yes.
come off?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Most of the time when you make weights, you know.
I mean, does the underwear really,
Yes, it does. It does.
really make a difference?
It does. You know what? Let me tell you why. Because I practice this throughout my whole career. Like, you know, all that weight and stuff, you know. Sometimes, I'm not going to say most of the scales, but some scales, like if you weigh a certain amount, like it will throw the scale off, you know. It will throw. I've seen times where I step with my underwears on, and I'm like more than a quarter pound, you know, heavier. I take my underwear off, and I'm like almost a pound off. I mean, it's possible that underwear is not going to weigh a pound.
Yeah.
It's not going to weigh a pound, but it's just that little. It will throw the scale off. So,
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of little tricks.
That's pretty.
But I can
interesting.
tell you one by experience is one of the worst experience a fighter can have.
Yeah.
When you train just to make weight, and then you starve yourself for that week of that fight, when you need to be the strongest, you starve yourself, and then you step on that scale, and you're still 1.5 pounds overweight. You got to go back to the sauna, and I see fighters would have to do it 2-3 times.
Wow.
You know, they give you some states give you an hour, some other states they give you 2 hours to lose that remaining weight.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy. So, all right. So, you're at the weigh-in. You're starving. Step on the scale. You don't make weight. You know, you got to figure out. Man, listen. I got to take this off. You're gonna get fined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. The last fight I had, I was already struggling with the weight. But certain people don't believe that. I know my body. My trainer, he didn't believe that. I've been struggling with my weight for a long time. The last fight I had, I was struggling. I said, listen, man, I'm gonna do this fight. But I won 154, but my body couldn't resist it anymore. I need to go up. And I didn't make the weight. The first time I went, I was like 1.5 pounds. I was like a pound, like 1.75 pounds over. I went, I sweat out, and I was still like 0.5 pound over. I said, listen, just charge me. Just give me, I'll pay. I'm not gonna go back there because I'd rather not fight.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go in the ring feeling like, you know, with chicken legs, like they say, you know. So it's a people don't realize it is a very critical situation in boxing. The weight, making that weight.
Yeah. So you step off the scale.
Yes.
You made weight.
Oh my God.
First thing you do. First thing,
you try to rehydrate. There's certain things. Some fighters and trainers, they don't have the experience. Now,
I mean, not why don't you run to like KFC or Popeyes and get yourself some
man,
chicken?
that's the worst thing you could do. Why you want to take advantage of that little time that you have to put the right nutrients into your body. So if you go eat all this junk, you're wasting all that time, and you're not gonna get all those nutrients that you lost trying to losing weight. Because losing weight, you're losing all the best nutrients that you need.
Yes.
So you have 1 day to put all that back into your body.
Wow.
Before the fight.
How does, for example?
So I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt.
Yeah.
It's a very, very important point here. And I want to congratulate Mike Mazzulli from Mohegan Casino, because he is one of the few guys that I see that have given paper, have given notes to all the fighters when they go fight as an establishment at the Mohegan Casino, because to help them out, teach them how to rehydrate yourself. And if Mike Mazzulli is watching this, I want to thank you so much for all the best you've done for the sport. I fought on your establishment about, probably like minimum 11, 12 times. No, last time I heard it was 15. I think it was the second for the most at the Mohegan. So he's one of the very least guys that does that. He's a guy that teaches every fighter, every show that they have there, he'll have a sheet, he'll have notes for fighters, how to rehydrate yourself, how to get those nutrients that you lose while you're trying to make weight. So that's very important, man.
That's awesome, because I've been to weigh-ins, Barclays Center, for example, and I won't make mention of names, but I've been there with big name fighters. They make weight, they run to the back room, and they have rice, beans, steak, chicken. They have all kind of food waiting for them.
And you know what the right thing? I mean, if you see what I tell you, going back to Mike Mazzulli again at the Mohegan, he's a guy that teaches you how to, and tells you the last thing you want to do is you don't want to pick out, because your stomach hasn't seen food, like a solid food, for a whole week. You got to ease in. Say the first thing you want to do, you want to rehydrate.
Yeah.
Drinking the right thing, tomato juice, different, not just water. Some fighters, they drink water. So what happened? All the water goes right through you.
Yep.
Now you're losing the little nutrients that you had in your body is gone, because you're gonna pee right away. You know what I'm saying? So now you gotta drink something that's gonna retain water. Tomato juice, they say that's the main thing. Some people bring Pedialyte. You mix it a little bit. There's a lot of things that you could that helps out. So retain that water.
So my question is, you step on the scale, you're 154 pounds. Fight night, how is it that a fighter comes back not even 24 hours later, 10, 15 pounds over the weight that they stepped on the scale for? How does that happen?
The only indication of that is that he was having a hard time making weight at the gym. His whole camp, he was training just to make weight. You know what that means? His mind is not concentrated on whoever he got to fight. His mind just concentrated in camp. He did most of his camp just trying to lose that weight, which means he didn't study the fight. His mind is not focused 100% to face whoever he's going to face. So if you take a week starving yourself, not drinking water, for the past 2 days you're not drinking any water, once you go back, some guys just pig out right after they win. They pig out, they make weight, they start drinking water, they go crazy. That is all water weight. It's no fat. It's all water weight.
Wow.
You just put all the water back into your system.
Wow. That's awesome. And I hope that the people that are watching are learning, some golden tips tonight from the pro who've been through it all. Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez. And like I said, there's a lot of people watching, especially there's a whole bunch of boxers that are watching right now.
And if you're a boxer and you've been around in the business, in the sport for a while, you know that this topic has been it's a critical condition for forever in boxing. We've seen guys who got killed, guys who've been in comas, but it's all because they don't have enough water that surrounds the brain. What happened? You get hit, any little hit, your brain is gonna hit against your skull. It's gonna shake. That's what causes the knockout. That's what causes the blackout. That's what causes the trauma, and that's what causes many deaths in the sport of boxing.
That is awesome, Delvin. I truly appreciate the analysis
Yes,
of the sport
yes,
of boxing in
yes.
itself, the sweet science that you're breaking down and giving to us tonight. And I'm just going to acknowledge a couple of people that are watching on Facebook, and then I'm going to introduce a really good friend of mine named Pete Rodriguez. A whole bunch of Rodriguez's on the show tonight.
see it.
Jason
I hear
Rodriguez, Delvin Rodriguez, Pete Rodriguez. None of us are related, all right? But Pete Rodriguez is on standby. He's going to bless us with
All
a
right,
beautiful
nice,
song
nice.
for the season of Christmas.
Looking forward
And
to seeing it.
so, really quick, I want to acknowledge a couple of you that are watching. Carmen Hernandez is waving at us on Facebook. How you doing, Carmen Hernandez? Thank you for tuning in. Yaya Alexis, Jose Flores, Rode Rodriguez Santiago says hola, Jason, and Delvin. So thank you for tuning in.
Thank you.
Rode, Lou Del Valle, Luis Rivera, David
Lou
Maki,
Del
Ralph
Valle.
Murray.
What's up, Lou?
Oh, you know him?
Oh yeah, we spar.
Oh, okay.
Back in the days.
Elizabeth Ramos. She's a singer. You know who she is.
Yeah,
up in the
that's
Danbury area.
definitely that's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, so many people watching. Jason Maldonado, Ephraim De Jesus, Jeff Baez. So many people watching. I want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight. As you know, we do this on a weekly basis, and this platform has been created for the people of the community. And we always try to give people some hope, some inspiration, some encouragement. And that's what you're doing tonight. You're throwing it all out there, and somebody's going to take what you're saying
Man, listen.
and make it a part of their life.
Like you say, it's a tough sport, very hard sport. But all I can say is this: if I reach the points the where I went, or that level, I went to the Class A level. If I did it, anybody can do it. Trust me. I mean, where I come from, it's unbelievable. That I reached that stage in my career.
Yeah. And again, for you people that are watching, if you don't know who the gentleman is sitting to my left, you're right. This is Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez, professional boxer. Amazing, impeccable record of 42 professional fights. Been on the big stage, HBO, Showtime, PBC, you name it, all the way down the line. And I'm excited to have you here tonight. And really quick, somebody on here, actually another Rodriguez named Jojo Rodriguez. He's saying, I'm a big fan of Delvin Rodriguez.
Thank you, Jojo.
So, with that said, Delvin, we're going to present my good friend who's on standby in Orlando, Florida right now. He's going to bless us with this beautiful song. But when we come back from this break, we're going to pick up where we left off at. Because I want to talk about some of the fights that just happened. Let's do it. Joshua Anthony versus Andy Ruiz.
Oh, yes.
Terrence Crawford against, I can't even pronounce that guy's name. He just fought the other day.
Yeah.
Crazy name.
Crazy name. It's just a fight for him to maintain.
Yeah. We're going to talk about all that when we come back momentarily, all right?
Right.
So for you guys that are watching, don't go anywhere. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. Now, I'm going to put on a really good friend of mine named Pete Rodriguez, who's out there in Orlando, Florida. He's going to bless us live via satellite with this beautiful song. Listen to Pete Rodriguez. He's a worship leader there, I believe, at Harvest Community Church in Orlando, Florida. And he's going to bless us with his beautiful tone. And here we go. Pete, take it away.
Yo, Jason, thank you so much for having me on the show tonight. What can I say? I'm so privileged and honored to be here. Listen, I want to take the time to thank every listener, every person watching and tuning in. Thank you for your commitment and your faithfulness in 2019 to Super Elite Entertainment. Jason, what an honor and privilege to call you my great friend, my brother in Christ. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Can you believe it, guys? This is the last broadcast of 2019. Wow, I can't wait for 2020. Listen, we are broadcasting tonight all the way from Orlando, Florida. And I want to wish you guys and every single person tuning in a Merry, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Yeah. Mary, did you know? No. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy would come to make you new? And this child that you deliver you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm the storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your little baby, you kiss the face of God. Mary, did you know? Oh, Mary, did you know? Oh, the blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again. The lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby boy was Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy was heaven's perfect lamb? And this sleeping child you're holding is a great I am. Oh, is the great I am. Oh, Mary, did you know? Mary, did you know? No, 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 no. Oh, Mary, did you know? Oh, 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 oh. Mary, did you? Mary, did you know? Thank you so much, Jason, Super Elite Entertainment, and everyone tuning in. Have a great Christmas and a happy new year. I love you.
All right, you guys, and welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. Delvin, what you think about that song?
Nice, man. Nice.
Beautiful voice, right?
For boys, it's a nice song.
Yeah.
Especially for now, around this time, makes you feel in the spirits.
Absolutely. So big shout out to my boy, my brother, my good friend, Pete Rodriguez, way out there in Orlando, Florida. Outstanding job. Thank you, brother, for being on standby and for your willingness to come onto the show via satellite all the way from Florida to bless us with that beautiful melody. So God bless you, Pete. Again, back here in the studio with Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez. We've been breaking it down, talking about some boxing. We've been talking about your career. And let's jump right into it. Let's talk about that fight the other night, man. Joshua Anthony, the Dune of the heavyweights. Joshua Anthony versus Andy Ruiz Jr. Part 2. Well, what's your take?
Well, you know what? I wasn't surprised at all. I mean, if you saw, I made a video and put it up in Instagram. If you saw my video, it's just exactly what I said was going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be. I was wrong a little bit about Joshua. I thought that he was going to, commit more to the fight. I thought that he was going to fight a little bit more smart. I knew that he was going to fight smart. He was going to fight at distance. He was going to keep him to the end of his punches. But I expected him to stop a little bit more, commit himself to a little bit more in the middle of the ring, not so much movement like he did in that fight.
Yeah.
I always said it. Everybody keeps always fighting, arguing with me about him fighting the Brown Bomber,
Deontay Wilder.
I would think Wilder would knock him out before 10 rounds.
Absolutely.
For me, I mean that's my take. Deontay Wilder, I really admire the way he is. Yes, he gets sloppy a little bit, but is a fighter that has been learning. Each fight, you see him learning, and is a heavyweight that has a great combination of what He has good chin. He can take a punch.
Yes, he can.
And he can really give a punch.
Yep.
So, and he got heart. As a heavyweight, that's a great combination to have,
Yeah.
It's great to have something like that, and I see him wiping out the heavyweight division right now. Going back to
Ruiz versus Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony Joshua.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Joshua. I believe the first fight he could have continued, but I think his heart is not there 100%. I think he kind of quit in that fight. He kind of quit. You saw in his eye, he was looking at his corner. He didn't respond to the referee. And he got hit, but he didn't. He could have continued. I mean, if he had the heart, he could have continued. So, like I always said about him, I never thought that he had the ability to be a fighter like Brown Bomber.
Yeah.
Down to Wilder.
So, part 2, Andy Ruiz came in like almost 11, 12, 13, like almost 16 pounds heavier than the first fight.
Yeah.
Joshua Anthony came in 11 pounds lighter
Yeah.
than the first fight. I'm not sure if you compare them now to the first fight. The first fight, he was a monster.
Well, I think there was another thing that happened to him at the first fight. I think he really underestimated John Ruiz and the power that John Ruiz brings and the aggression, which made the fight so much difficult for him the first fight because he wasn't prepared for that kind of pressure that John Ruiz, applied in the first fight.
Yeah.
The second fight, I knew that he was going to box around, that he was going to come in better shape, and we saw that. You saw his body was nice and lean. He was in much better shape. He was able to continue that rhythm throughout the whole fight. He was moving a lot of unnecessary movement by Joshua, but he was in shape. You never saw a tired Joshua.
So when you say moving a lot, would you say he was maybe
unnecessary movement? I think he was I think what happened in the first fight really got to him. I think he wasn't able to surpass that. So he was doing so much unnecessary movement where he could have just stand there a little longer and fight in the pocket a little longer and would have probably gotten Ruiz out of there. The shape that Ruiz came in, I think he would have probably got him out of. He probably stopped the fight or not knock him out right away, but get to a point where he hit him so much that the referee would interfere.
Yeah, I mean, I wish that, like you said, I wish he would have fought a little more in the pocket.
Yes.
I mean, I wanted to see some more activity, some more action. I wanted to see that explosive part of Joshua Anthony.
Yeah.
He fought from the outside.
The outside. I mean, if you see the fight, basically he won just with the jab. He just used the jab.
That was his.
I mean, I say that in the video. If you see my video, which by the way is Delvin Rodriguez, Delvin Rodriguez on my Instagram. Follow me there on Instagram. And you'll see the videos that I'm post. I post the video, where like I say, I knew that he was gonna box from the outside. I mean, that's the best. That's the best thing for him. Main thing, establish that jab. He did that from the beginning. That was good. But like you said, I think we all agree that he didn't fight enough. He didn't stay in the pocket enough. He was doing a lot of necessary movement.
I mean, he at the end of the day, he won the fight.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
He won the fight because of his jab. But I feel that the whole 12 rounds, he fought with serious caution.
Yes.
And I understand, I get it, because of what happened to him the first time around.
Well, not just that. I mean, this is not the way for him to prepare to go to a different level, to fight a guy like Joshua, like
Deontay Wilder.
Or fight, even Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? This is not a fight that he can prepare for that. Like that. If he fights this way, it's not going to work for somebody like that.
Absolutely not. And what do you think about Deontay Wilder? He's going to be facing Tyson Fury.
That's gonna be a good one. I mean, like I say, I'll have Deontay Wilder. I think the first fight, even though he won, I think he got so anxious to get a knockout that he became a mess.
Yeah.
He was throwing wild punches, crazy wild punches. Where instead of him just being wild, running behind, following Tyson Fury, he could cut the ring. If he settles down a little bit more, where you get that power from the punches, I think he could put him out. He could definitely look better than the first fight.
Yeah. So, hopefully, maybe we'll see Deontay Wilder eventually face Joshua Anthony. But if he steps into the fight the way he did against Ruiz in part 2,
no, not at all.
He's going to sleep.
Yeah, he's going to sleep. And now people are asking, people want to see him. They want to see him fight a little bit more. I mean, this fight that he fought, it was definitely not a fan pleaser.
Yeah,
at all.
it wasn't. And I mean, me personally, I wasn't impressed at all.
And you know what it is? When you fight a dangerous guy, and you got to be careful. I understand that, but when you fight that Reese that night, he could have take a little. He could take a little bit more risk.
Absolutely. And let me ask you something, Delvin, because your experience, you've been in big fights. When you're in the ring and you're fighting, right? And there's not much activity going on. The crowd is booing.
Man, yes.
What is that like? Do you actually hear the boos?
Oh yes, that you hear. I don't know what, but that you hear. Honestly, because all that noise and then everybody yelling, you don't, you zone out. You don't hear that.
Uh-huh.
You don't hear that. But when you hear, everybody's quiet and everybody start booing, and like you hear that. I mean.
But those boos, does that give you that motivation? Like, yo, I gotta pick up the pace.
It should. If you're a fighter, it should.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? It should. Now, when you, like I said, when you're fighting a fighter that is dangerous, or let's say you fight this guy, head on,
uh-huh.
and you're not getting the best of it. You gotta back out a little bit. Your trainer's telling you, listen, you getting beat up in it. You better start boxing. That's something different.
Yeah.
But when you see you fighting the guy and you're doing whatever you want that guy, you can take a little risk. And that's what happened to that's why I didn't like that fight that Joshua did.
Yeah.
He could have definitely take some more risk.
Yeah.
I mean, he was dominating the fight with just a jab, but he wasn't putting anything behind the jab.
There was no power shots.
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, what happened? He wasn't even going to the body. There was no, not even. I mean, did he even throw the hook?
No, he was just saying he was just pretty much just made
playing
points.
it safe.
It was only a safe fight.
Yeah.
Just putting the jab out there, just trying to keep this guy in the outside all night. And like you said, never put any combination. I never really saw like a 3-punch combination coming out from Josh.
No, at all.
And he had the chance all the time. He could have done it.
Yeah. So let's take a detour and let's talk about Alvarez. You beat his brother. And then I remember last time you were on the show, you had mentioned that you would like eventually at some point in your career maybe get a fight with Canelo Alvarez. You had mentioned that.
That would have been great.
Yeah.
That would have been great.
So Alvarez going up against Triple G, Gennady Golovkin, for round 3.
Round 3.
I mean, what do you think about that? Is that something that you would want to see?
Not really. Honestly, I don't want to see it. It doesn't really interest me. I think it's just gonna get better and better for Canelo. I don't see the fight getting any better for Triple G at all. Triple G is going down. He's at the end of his career. He's not gonna get any better. He's not, like you said, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
And that's what happens in boxing. This guy, he reaches max. He's not gonna get any better. It's gonna be very, very hard for him to adapt or fix any mistake that he made in the 2 fights that he had with Canelo. So I don't see him doing any better in the next fight. And really, I just see Canelo even probably getting a knockout.
Terrence Crawford.
Oh, man.
The one they call Bud.
Dangerous.
Would you
Dangerous
say
guy.
He is the best fighter in the world right now?
Right now, yes. I mean, there's a couple really good guys out there. I mean, if you talk about Lomachenko, Crawford, even kids that are coming up. This is kid Tank Davis coming up. We couldn't call him the best yet because he's coming up, but
he still got to prove himself.
Yeah, he still got a lot to prove.
Mm-hmm.
But Crawford, without any doubt, one of the best right now.
He just fought this past Saturday.
Yes.
And he went up against I can't pronounce his opponent properly. I'm gonna destroy his name. You ready? Kavalauskas, something like that.
Kavalauskas, yes.
Kavalauskas hurt him.
He's a strong guy. He's a very strong guy.
He was solid,
yes,
man.
He's a solid guy. And you know what? And you know what's? Let me real quick. I'm gonna explain something about a fighter. Kavalauskas is a guy that throws punches from crazy angles.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a wide guy. As a professional like Crawford, believe it or not, it's hard to catch that because you're used to somebody that finesse, this finesse boxing style. You're used to that. So now you face a guy like this, and you get caught with crazy punches. Like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what happened to. He got caught, and this guy can punch. This guy, he's strong.
So Crawford went down, but they ruled it a slip. Do you think it was a legitimate knockdown?
I think it was. Now that's what make a fighter a champion, man. Mm-hmm. Because every fighter is gonna go. It's gonna get tested. You know what I mean? And now when you get knocked down, you get up and then you win the fight. That's what makes you a champion. You know what I'm saying? When you are able to maintain yourself, when you're able to like be like, and it's you play while you fighting, it's going in your mind. Right? You're like, wow, what happened? I gotta adjust. I can't do that again. You know what I'm saying? And you're able to do that in a fight in that magnitude. That's what makes you a champion.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with you because when he fought, he was hurt. He fought hurt, man.
Yes.
You know, for the first couple of rounds because he got caught.
Yeah,
he caught him clean.
Got caught clean. And at the beginning of the fight, you know, that's when you really get hurt.
Yeah, but he managed to dissect his opponent.
Yes.
He figured out his game plan.
Yeah.
And Crawford, man, he just he just did what a real champion does. He bounced back.
That's what makes
he worked through it.
That's what makes a champion.
And he took him out.
Yep. That's the way it is, man. That's what it is. I mean, I had fights like that in my career where, you know, I got knocked down the first round.
Wow.
Came back, knocked him out, down 2 or 3 times. Second round, I beat him by, you know, knockout. And it's at that moment that you become a fighter, man. You're like, wow, man. How do I do this now? I got to adjust. I remember, like, the first time I ever got knocked down in my career, I couldn't believe it. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm on the canvas. I'm like, oh, no, this cannot be happening to me. No way. I can't. I got to get up. I got to get up, man. You know, I got to get up.
Yeah.
So that's what makes you a fighter. You know, if you're getting knocked down, you're like, wow. And that's what I saw in Joshua, going back to that conversation.
Yeah.
I saw he got knocked down a couple times. And the last time he got knocked down, he's like, he could have gotten up. It was like he was completely hurt. You know, like he could have gotten, he could go up. But you saw him, like, he took a knee and then he started thinking about it. I say, oh, that's it, he's done.
He was already defeated.
Yeah, that's it, he was defeated. You can see in his face.
Yeah.
He got up, he turned around, and once you turn around, the referee right there he could have stopped the fight if he wanted to.
Well, you know, rule number 1, never give the referee your back.
That's right there. You surrender yourself.
Yeah.
If it would have been like another referee, he could have stopped the fight. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, that's what makes you a fighter. Once you get that knocked down, and you're able to keep your composure, and come back up, and you know, and dominate the fight. Once you go through that, you can say, "Damn, I'm a real fighter now." You know.
So, the first time you hit the canvas, boom!
I couldn't believe it.
What's going through your mind?
I'm like, no, he didn't. This guy knocked me down. I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I swear, I'm not lying to you. That's exactly what I thought. Like, I looked up at the referee, like,
1,
I'm down.
2.
Yes, I'm down, so I gotta get up. But then, at that time, you know, my coach always told me, if you ever get knocked down, don't just jump up. Wait for your 8 counts. Take your 8 counts. Try to maintain. You know, try to clear your mind again. You know, try to recuperate as much as you can. And trust me, 8 seconds, it helps a lot.
Wow.
A lot. If you jump up and you still hurt, they can stop the fight.
Yeah.
But if you take those 8 seconds, that can save your whole fight.
8-second recovery.
Yes. Oh man. It might say to the fans. It might say like, it's 8 seconds. You crazy? Like 8 seconds is a lot. 1 second in that ring is a lot.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's amazing, man. So Delvin, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been great tonight.
Always.
I'm so honored that you were willing to come down.
Me too, man. I'm happy to be here. It's an honor for me to be here. You know, I'm glad you invited me over here. We always have a good conversation. We had some great conversation about boxing today, and we also taught some things, you know, that I've been through. And I think if you're out there if you're starting now, you can learn something. You can learn, put it to practice, and you see what I'm talking about.
That is awesome. And with that said, I think we're pretty much at the conclusion of the show.
That's good, man.
I usually would hit you off with what I call the shotgun questions, but since I hit you off with the shotgun questions almost a year ago, I'm not going to do it tonight.
All right.
But really quick, if there's anyone that's watching right now, a fan, and you get a lot of fans. As a matter of fact, there's a few people on here. Emmanuel Fernandez. He says, Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez de los buenos.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of fans out there still,
Yes,
man.
I mean, I have a lot of support. Thank
Yeah.
God. Like I say, you notice you have all the support. Even when I'm out of boxing, people still going to my club and supporting me. People still talking to me. You know, they always want to know what I'm doing because they want to support. So it's been a blessing for real, a blessing. And I thank all my fans, not just in Danbury, but all over the world. There's people that they calling me, hitting me up in Facebook, Instagram from Chile. I have people hitting me up there from Chile, Puerto Rico. I love my Puerto Rican people. You know, you guys always have given me this amazing support. So I want to take the moment to thank everybody around the world, all my fans who's always supported me, support my career, now supporting me in my club. Thank you so much. It was great to be here with you, Jason.
And I'm honored that you were
this
here with me.
opportunity to talk to my fans once again.
Absolutely. And you know, Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez is still here, looking sharp, in his full mental capacity, which is really important.
The most important thing.
My final question for you, and then I want to show a video that that I've been meaning to show tonight, which I call a look back at 2019 from when I first started the show up to now. But really quick, my last question for you: can we anticipate El Peligro, Delvin Rodriguez, to step back into the ring again?
Man, I get that feeling every day, man. Hey, you know what? Every time I go back to the gym, it's like, I start to get in shape a little bit. I want to do it, but I like I said, for me, the most important thing is my kids and my health. Mm-hmm. I'm to a point that I don't think I have the motivation anymore. I'm not gonna just say completely no. Anything can happen. I just gotta get back in shape. Once I was thinking about it. I was thinking about doing one last fight, but I gotta get back in shape, and then maybe next year I come back on the show, Jason, and give you the exact answer for that.
All right,
the legit answer. Right now, it's not a yes, it's not a no.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Well, listen. If we could get one more round, one more go around,
yes.
I mean, it'll be a great opportunity to see you step back into the ring, at least for one more fight.
Yes.
Because you're that fighter that brings excitement, and you have a great following, and it would just be an honor to be able to see Connecticut Boxing Hall of Fame inductee Delvin Rodriguez go one more round. How about you? You want to see Delvin one more time in the ring? I mean, come on, tell us right now on Facebook.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Thank you.
All right, Delvin. So really quick, I want to show the people that are watching this video. It's going to show from when we first started off and debuted our show, January 22nd of this year of 2019. You were the first guest on our show, and you're the final guest of the year. We're closing out our season. We'll be coming back next year, 2020. We got some big plans, and we're going to come strong. We're going to come hard, man. And
you're looking good over here, man. You're looking good over here.
And also, I want to mention this house. It's your house, and you're welcome here anytime you want.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, brother.
Thank you.
So really quick, we're gonna take a break. We're gonna watch this video, and then we're gonna come back and close out the show. Okay?
Sounds like a plan.
All right. So for you guys that are watching, I truly appreciate you guys for sticking it out for the duration of the show. We're not done yet. I'm about to play this video. It's gonna show you from when we first started in my basement. Super Elite Entertainment started off in my basement, there at my house, and where we have come up to now. We've been going 1 year strong, and we're not going to slow down. We're going to keep going strong and hard, pushing forward, bringing to you the best exclusive interviews throughout the state of Connecticut. And as you can see, Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez, who believes in our platform, is here in the studio. He opened our debut January 22nd of 2019, and he's here tonight closing out our show for the year. So don't go anywhere. Watch this video. We'll come back, me and Delvin, momentarily to close out the show. Don't go anywhere.
Waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning when it's 10 below zero, it's not easy, man. They come back, rest a little bit, go back to the gym, and then 5, 6 o'clock at night, you gotta go to the gym again, or do some sprints in the cold weather. So you can only imagine how hard it is.
It's actually Funeraria Luz de Paz, which brings obviously a particular clientele, mainly because the name of the funeral home tends to give the feeling that it's catering to that clientele, although we have served a broad diversity of families.
And what do you see life for Evan Ayala after boxing?
Well, to be honest with you, man, the right numbers always get me in the ring. So, I definitely have another, me just kind of saying, oh, I just want to, I could say easily another 6 solid fights.
How much of a blessing it is to be in that environment with so much talent around you that you can learn from each other. I mean, how great is that?
It's a beautiful thing, especially around, in that gym. to be honest with you, we more almost like family. We almost like we become family because we help one another, you know, and we train. And when once we get in that ring, we want to knock each other's head off.
That boxing is sacrifice. Any fighter, you hear any world champion, any champion, or just fighter in general, they always say, in order to be good, you have to sacrifice. That's one of the things you have to sacrifice is time.
When I do cheat,
Uh-huh.
I told you recently, a few months ago, believe it or not, man, I had 6 meat chicken.
6 what?
6 meat chicken. I don't care, don't judge me.
Who is Allah?
Allah is the creator, Allah is God. There's 99 attributes that describe Allah. Allah is merciful, Allah is all wise, Allah is all knowing, Allah is all seeing, but Allah is not a human being.
You know, is once I was granted the pardon to wait 6 weeks, because they still running background stuff on me. They got to be sure that we're going to take a guy, and just use the word, a criminal, and free him up.
Yep. How much does Bridgeport mean to you as an individual, as a person?
Bridgeport's home. I mean, whether I'm in the east side or I'm in the east end or I'm in the hollow or I go to Black Rock, everything that I see I could relate. I could have a direct correlation, whether from childhood to the current situation or the life that I lead today. It's a place where my kids grew up. It's a place where it gave me that educational opportunity, gave me my first paycheck, my first dollar. It's where I found my first girlfriend, by the way.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Facebook. Hello, family, friends, everyone.
Yeah.
Happy Tuesday.
What exactly goes down at the doghouse on a day-to-day basis?
they eat chickens at the doghouse.
I tell especially my younger guys, I'd be like, why we here? They all scream, chicken, fried chicken, oven chicken, whatever, raw chicken. We're lions up in here. What are we? We lions up in here, you know? And that's what you create, lions, you know?
We heard a lot about the show, and we wanted to bring some class to it. So that's
I better leave.
Created equal. You know, you're going to find variety in any field, but I think it's really important that if somebody's looking for a lawyer, talk to a number of lawyers, find out who you connect with, who you think is listening to you and who has your best interests in mind.
Or I should have ran an extra couple miles, or I should have, you know what I mean, hit the bag an extra round, or I should. You don't want to be. It's too late for all. So you don't want to be in there second guessing yourself.
Yeah.
So I don't do that at all. I just I tunnel vision. It's just me and the opponent. I don't hit a crowd.
How I got into boxing, really, you know, when I met Delvin and my partner Fernelli Sr., who was training Delvin, and my first fight as a manager was ESPN2. You know what I mean? It was.
Wow.
We started at a very high level, and it's weird. I started at such a high level in terms of managing, and then, you know, I slowly dipped back down. And when the opportunity came to have a gym, I really wanted to do that. You know, because Danbury, we're the only, you know, boxing gym there, and
someone who can go up there and the very next day start working on things that'll promote the city and make things a lot better for all of us.
One thing, come back with the victory. We feeling good, feeling strong. You know, been running every day. We've been doing different things, training, and you know, I'm feeling more comfortable since my pro debut. I feel more comfortable, and we got big things coming soon. You know, stay tuned.
Absolutely.
Because you have to give them the correct information, and that's the most important thing. And being a woman of color, you have to ensure that you're giving people the correct information, because
to the stronghold of substance abuse and addiction.
Real with him, I as an amateur, so he knows me best.
Yeah,
Rosa knows me best, and he knows how to fix my mistakes. He can adapt to any fighter. There must be I think 10 pros in the gym, if I'm not mistaken. And he knows each and every one of us. He knows what he's doing.
Como un grano de mostaza, eso lo dice el Señor. Ten fe como un grano de mostaza, eso lo dice el Señor. Tú dirías esa montaña, muévete, muévete. Tú dirías esa montaña, muévete, muévete. Esa montaña se moverá.
Yo, listen. I grew up in a single parent home, and my mother tried to instill that in us. We are the first generation to live here from Puerto Rico. My mother was born in Puerto Rico, but we were not. But she instilled Puerto Rico in us.
Everybody where we're from in the city of Bridgeport, sometimes they get cloudy vision of how far can they go. So originally I knew I had the work ethic. I knew I had what it took, but I always had that how many get there. What's my bridge to that scene?
Yeah, by the way, I want to brag.
You used to play ball?
Oh no.
Yeah?
I still play ball. I'm a
I
baller.
see. I can see it in the shoulders.
Yeah, I'm a ball player. I was a point guard. I went to college. I played college ball as well.
Really?
I was a basketball official. Yes, I was.
Oh, wow.
Right, that's right. Well, you know, there's a lot of people see the trophies, they see the belts, but they don't see what happens in between. And oftentimes there's tons of practices, mat time, where people are working behind the scenes, you know, where there's not a lot of fanfare, there's not a lot of things going on. And that's really what makes a martial artist.
Yeah.
I think just, you know, like you said when you first met me, I think a lot of people think I'm very serious and very business oriented. You know, I like to have fun as well.
Taught me a few moves. You know, I wasn't a trained dancer, so I was terrified, didn't know what I was doing. And I decided, you know, let's go for it. So they taught me a few moves. The first show I did with them was at Goodwin Tech in New Britain, Connecticut.
Service, like tax services, the principles of business are exactly the same. You know, so we got to be mindful of all those things, but the principles of business are the same. So that's what we call transferable skills.
Greatest influence, I would say my grandmother Rosa. You know, she came into the United States, worked all her life, paid off her house, and she's retired now. I love you, Walla. I love both my grandmothers, you know, but it's just like, she was the most impactful one in my life as far as like, you know, she took me by the hand, said, open a, you know, savings account, save your money, work hard. You know what I mean? And, you know, today she's retired. God bless.
I was ashamed. I was embarrassed. And so after, you know, delving deeper with my relationship with God, I got delivered. I've been set free. And, you know, I had to tell the story to let someone else who may be struggling like I did, let them know that freedom does exist. And it's open to you if you want to.
And they got Anthony Joshua, and they're starting to sign even more fighters. So it's you know, you're gonna get some good fights with that.
Martial art is to enhance spirit, soul, and body. So if you're a martial artist and you're killing yourself with weed or alcohol or drugs, well, that's not the essence of it. You know, that's like studying yoga and eating 20 times a day. It's ludicrous, you know? So martial arts is not only to learn how to defend against self, but also to learn to cross lines so that you can learn how to love and respect your enemy, so that maybe one day he could come to you for advice.
Not just words, but a total surrender to Jesus. And I wouldn't be here. I would be one of those stories of a kid who I always say to my dad, can you imagine you would have stayed in the nightclub business? I would have joined that type of a business. I would be, you know, baby mama filled and arrested filled and hate filled, and I wouldn't be the person I am today because of Jesus, because you decided to follow Jesus.
All right, you guys, welcome back to Super Elite Entertainment. Delvin, great year.
Yes. You know, you've done a great job, man. You're growing. Great job. You know, like you say, it's like that in everything you do. You know, you put yourself. I've seen all these great shows that you put through the years, and I think this is just gonna get better for you.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate that.
And
again, thank you very much.
Thank you for
I truly appreciate you being, you know, here in the studio tonight for the season finale. We closed out the year 2019 with a bang.
It's good, man.
Thank you very much.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. And really quick, for you guys that are watching, I truly appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in each and every Tuesday nights. We do this every Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock. We broadcast live from our studio located here in the city of Bridgeport, Connecticut. As you know, this platform has been created for you, the people of the community. Again, we will be back next year, 2020, with a bang, man. We got some big plans, and we're going to bring you the best exclusive interviews throughout the state of Connecticut. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Big thank you to my buddy Pete Rodriguez out in Orlando, Florida. Thank you for blessing us with that beautiful song. I want to thank Delvin El Peligro Rodriguez for coming all the way out here tonight in this crazy weather to be able to sit on the hot seat and to share with us his personal story, his life, his career, and all the things that he has been through in the sport of boxing. And also, he gave us some really good golden nuggets that we can take and apply to our lives to make us a better person. Again, next year, 2020, we coming back with a bang. We won't be here next Tuesday. We won't be here for the next, I believe, 3 Tuesdays. But season 2 is coming in 2020. Look out for the announcement on our website at www.supereliteentertainment.com. If you know someone that we should bring onto our show, our platform, whether there's someone involved in the community, a singer, someone that owns a business, whatever the case may be, if they're a shaker, an influencer, someone that's involved making a difference in the community, go onto our website again at www.supereliteentertainment.com. Leave us their information and we will reach out to them and we will bring them here into our studio on our show and we will feature them on our hot seat. Again, thank you for so much for sticking it out throughout 2019, for tuning in. If it's not for you, the people that are watching, we will not be able to do this. So continue supporting us, continue being there for us, and again, we hope to come back next year, 2020, with a bang. Again, I'm your host, Jason Rodriguez. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Delvin, again, thank you for coming down to the studio. God bless and have a happy new year. God bless.